one about the home in which I grew up, which also was the family homestead. My father and aunts, everyone had grown up in this house too. And this is incidentally in my book called Woman Inside Out. I've written a number of poems about homes in which I've lived. I'll probably read a couple of others this evening. This one is called 3719. We dwelt in a house of glass doorknobs, sliding walls, Italian tile mantels. While we slept amid marble, lace, the suckle of honey, white nurse skirts swished through midnight halls, headless china dolls languished in attic chests, bats said mass at toy altars. Below, where we played billiards, furnace pipes rattled with whiskey bottles, chandeliers shattered, velvet quilts, satin wedding gowns disintegrated. From the top of the hidden stairway, death called softly and often. Too much lightning, too many screams, too many paper days. Late in winter, we all gathered about the living room fireplace, listened to Mozart, burned the family tree. To Schubert's Ninth, we broke the dining room table, ate the family pets for Sunday dinner. In spring, we opened windows, put roses on our tables, planted brilliant hollyhocks beside white fences. Beneath sweet chestnut trees, we played croquet late August afternoons. Long into summer evenings, we sat on the big front porch, sipping lemonade, calling to neighbors, laughing softly. This is another one that's about, in a way, about a place where I live. It's called 20 Years Ago. It's also kind of what I was doing while many people were protesting the Vietnam War. Days were soft and easy when I hung clean white shirts in the warm Cincinnati sun. Life was bubbles, nursing babies in long green afternoons, whipping lime sherbet to suck as clouds rolled away the day. Time was cool and vague in those years of scrubbing tubs and hanging baubles on living room trees at Christmas. Together, we ate meatloaf and fried chicken in the small, bright kitchen. My husband was a civil engineer. Our children were asleep by 8. You can just imagine me scrubbing those tubs. I scrubbed everything. I was such a good looker. Well, I wasn't. I tried. But I really got in trouble when I was 9 months pregnant with twins, and I wasn't scrubbing the tub.
Will you please help me? I can't bend over it anymore.
But I did my best to scrub the tub well. And all around the toilet as well. All those places that wives and mothers must scrub. I just buy bathrooms now that don't have to be cleaned. Yeah, self-cleaning bathrooms, that's what I have.
Once you go outdoors now?
I just have candlelight in my bathroom and no one can step on the floor.
That's a poem.
Yeah, it could be. After I've written all these poems about places that I lived, and speaking as a civil engineer, I realized not too long ago that I had never written one about our first little love nest, where my then husband and I lived when we were first married. So I decided to write about that. And that's the story of my marriage. No, it lasted longer than that. I liked our address in our first little apartment, so I named it after that. It's called 17½ Maple Crest. All of a sudden, there we were, 1920, our own little Dayton apartment. After 4 years doing it in our clothes, we were finally licensed. I made kitchen curtains with little limes and lemons all over them. Drove you to school, mopped floors, wore curlers, girdles, cooked chicken poorly. We played 500 with Joyce and Jack, went to football games, homecomings, had a fight in a small cabin on Lake Huron. That winter, we conceived a child. I was afraid of the doctor. His office smelled funny. His instruments made strange clicking noises. Somehow, we made it through 14 years. Now this is one which I did read here a few weeks ago, but I thought I'd read it again because I wrote it when I moved away from Ohio, when I was getting ready to move away from Ohio, and suddenly it started to look sweet and beautiful and lovable to me. And I had decided to move to Boston. But I didn't know if the Boston people would appreciate the poem, but they seemed to, so I thought I would read it here again. It's called As I Leave Ohio. I am leaving, I am leaving. Suddenly, beech trees scream chartreuse against deep indigo. Quail call from my telephone pole. Finches, jays, grackles, chatter, chatter, chatter. I am leaving, I am leaving. I leave Cincinnati, the house on Hyde Park Avenue. Old rope swing, wooden cellar door. Island Queen, Aunt Clem, Sister Rita, Marie. I leave Dayton, house of love, house of children, house of divorce, house of growing up, finally. How violet the violets, how heavy the lilacs. So large my lover's hands, how tender his touch as I go, as I go. Behind the farm, the house on Zimmerman Road, Judy and Ed, the newsroom, the circus, cows that ran free when the blizzard leveled the fence. I leave the teddy bear lady, the zither man, Sam, the garbage man. I leave Toledo. I never liked you anyway. Your flat, flat landscape. I could see forever in a land where I didn't want to. Dear friends, I love you all. I loved you well. I loved your red hair, your clown faces, your shuffling purple tennies, our endless parties. My face covered, I removed one finger, peeked cautiously ahead. I see my daughter's black hair shining in New England sun, smell new lilacs and old, old sea. From my porch, I see the city, hear the tea, boats at anchor on Long Wharf, the music. By the next century, I shall be a true Yankee, weathered old biddy, tending her tidy garden, sniffing at Midwesterners who come to visit when the sun shines. I shall savor it all. I always savor when it is new, brand new. And then again, when I am leaving, when I am leaving. Here in my stacks, I was going through my things tonight before I came out. I found a Cleveland poem that I forgot I had. It was a few years old.